Good morning. Today I want to talk about the story of Isaac's children, Jacob and Esau. The Lord showed me something that I had never noticed before, and it will blow your mind. If you don't know the story, first of all, Abraham had two children. One child was Isaac and the other one Ishmael. God had told Abraham he and his wife Sarah would have a child. Sarah was 90 years old, so neither Abraham nor Sarah pretty much believed it. Sarah gave her servant Hagar to Abraham and Hagar have a son, Ishmael. Abraham asked the Lord, "Will you bless Ishmael?" And the Lord says, "Yes, I will, but the covenant promise, that would be through Isaac." Abraham is the father of Isaac. Isaac marries Rebekah. Rebekah and Isaac become pregnant with twins, Jacob and Esau. Rebekah goes to the Lord and inquires of him, why, the children are jostling around in my belly. Why is this? And the Lord tells her, it's because there are two nations in your womb that will be separated. The older will serve the younger. When the twins are born, they come out, the oldest one first, Esau, he comes out first, but with Jacob holding on to his heel. So this signifies what the rest of their lives are going to be like. The older will serve the younger will have a hold on the older. Esau is a hunter. Jacob is content to stay home in the tents, cooking and this and that. Esau is Isaac's favorite because he has a taste for wild game. And because he's the oldest, the firstborn son is a special thing. Jacob is home one afternoon and he's cooking some soup. And Esau comes in from hunting and says, "Oh my gosh, I'm about to die. Give me some of that soup." And Jacob, being the finagling, swindling guy that he is, and actually I don't think he is. This is the way things were meant to go. But Esau thinks he's a finagling, swindling guy. He later says, is he not rightfully named Jacob? Apparently Jacob means something having to do with that type of thing. And as Esau means red. That's why they named him Esau, because when he came out, he was red. So Esau says, "I'm starving. Give me some of that soup." Jacob decides to capitalize on this opportunity, and he says, "I tell you what, you give me your birthright," because the firstborn son gets a special birthright. So he says, "You give me your birthright, and I'll give you some soup." Esau says, "What is my birthright going to do for me when I'm starving so badly I'm going to die? Just give me some soup." He says, "Give me your birthright first." He says, "Okay, fine, you can have my birthright." So Jacob gives him some soup. Esau despised his birthright just to give it up so freely like that. So keep in mind, Esau despised it. Jacob didn't take it. Esau despised it. Esau had a choice. Then a little time passes. Esau marries some Hittite women. Well, just so you know, Hittite people are descendants of Canaanites. And the Canaanites are descendants of Canaan, who is the grandson of Noah. Noah, one afternoon, when he was really angry with Canaan's father, he curses Canaan. I don't know, I guess your child is ultra special to you, so it's better to curse your child than you if you really want to hit home. So Esau marries two Hittite women, and it was like really faux pas, because the Israelites know that these are cursed people. Isaac hollers at his favorite son, Esau, and says, "I want you to go take your equipment and go get me some wild game and prepare it the way that I like so that I can bless you." What I noticed here was this, "so that I can bless you." Every single time it's go get the food so that I can bless you. It's not go get some food, I'm hungry, I'd rather do this first. It's not like that. It's so I can bless you. So it is clear that the person who goes and gets this food is going to be blessed. Isaac, he's been given information. And part of this information is send one of them out to get food, and you cannot give the blessing until the food is prepared and you eat it. Then you may give the blessing. And he doesn't know for sure which child it's going to be. If he did, he would not have sent Esau, because the child that's going to be blessed is Jacob. Had he thought back and remembered that the Lord said the older would serve the younger, I don't know. I don't know why he didn't remember that. He wanted to bless his favorite kid, so he calls in Esau. And he says, go get me some wild game and fix me some yummy food the way I like it. Well, Rebecca overhears this. So she goes to Jacob and says, I just overheard your father talking. He's going to give a blessing to Esau. I want you to go out and get me a couple of animals, and I'll prepare them just the way he likes it, so that he can bless you. So Jacob goes and gets these two animals, small animals like lambs, while Esau's out hunting. Well, hunting them is going to take much longer. Hunting, cleaning, skinning, butchering, and cooking. But you got to soak it. When you eat wild game, usually you soak it in something. And I'm sure they knew this. I feel like they knew. So that was a long process to go through. So Jacob goes out and gets these animals out in the stable and brings them back in. Rebecca cooks them up the way Isaac likes it, but she takes the fur from those animals and puts them on Jacob's arms, so he will seem to be hairy if Isaac happens to touch him, and he'll be fooled. Jacob goes in and takes the food to his dad, and his dad says, how did you do this so fast? He knew it was going to take a long, long time, but he wanted it to be special. What was special to Isaac was this wild game that he had a taste for. He says, wow, that was really fast. How did you do that so fast? And Jacob says, oh, the Lord helped me. At first, Isaac he's not so sure. He's very suspicious. So he's like, are you sure that you are Esau? Well, he touches him, he smells him, but he even says, this is the voice of Jacob. Are you sure? And when he touches him and he smells him, you know how you hear something, but you want to believe it so much that you're willing to let your mind forget the things that tell you this might not be right. Well, this is what was going on. He so wanted this to be Esau. So he goes ahead and eats the food and he blesses Jacob. Jacob walks out and Esau comes in right behind him and says, okay, Father, here I am. Go ahead and eat your food I've prepared you so you can bless me. Isaac's like, what? Who did I just bless? Isaac realizes Jacob has tricked him. And Esau is so furious. He wants to kill his brother. Isaac tells him, well, yep, your brother just came in here and tricked me and took your blessing. Well, Esau says, but Father, what about me? Do you only have one blessing? And Isaac acts like he has one blessing and one blessing only, and that's it. He won't bless the kid. He won't bless Esau now because he realizes he had chosen the wrong son. This is not the son of the covenant, not the son of the promise that the Lord had told him about. He realizes that he had chosen incorrectly, and the Lord intervened. This is actually, I believe, why Isaac is not absolutely furious. But he says to Esau, not only will you not be blessed, but your future is kind of bleak. And he tells him about it. So he's been given this information well in advance. He had a list of tasks he had to go through. He had to send one of them out to get food and prepare it for him. And they had to eat before the blessing was given. The Lord knew that Isaac was going to choose incorrectly. That's why this food thing. He has been told, you cannot give the blessing until the food is prepared and you eat it. Then you may give the blessing. Because he knew he would choose incorrectly. Esau going out to hunt this food was so that Jacob would have plenty of time to disguise himself, come in and get his blessing as he was supposed to have. Now Esau, he wanted to kill Jacob. But you know what? It's not Jacob doing this. It's Esau. Esau has married Hittite women, which he's not supposed to do. And then at a point, he overhears his mom and dad talking when Rebecca realizes Esau wants to kill Jacob, thinking she's finagling Isaac again. She goes in and she says, oh my gosh, if Jacob marries a Hittite, I will just die. Just remember, Esau is listening to this. Esau didn't know that he had upset his parents so much by marrying Hittite women. Everybody in Israel knew you were not supposed to get involved with those kind of women. But he's just that kind of guy. He just does whatever in the heck he wants to do, including giving up his birthright for a bowl of soup. So Isaac sends Jacob to Rebekah's brothers to get a wife. You remember how Isaac could not give Esau a blessing. Esau was like, what about me? Bless me too. There were no more blessings. Well, that's not true, because when they send Jacob off to get a wife, Isaac blesses Jacob as he's leaving. So it wasn't that he couldn't bless him, it's that he knew, and he had this information from the Lord prior to all this event. One child would be blessed with the covenant blessing, and the other one would be the servant. After hearing this, Esau's out behind the door. After hearing this, to try to get back into his father's favor. He thinks he's out of his father's favor, but that's not true. He's his father's favorite. It's not that he's not in his father's favor, it's that he keeps screwing up. He despised his birthright. He married Hittite women. And to get back in his father's favor, he goes back. Remember the story I told about Abraham? He took his wife's servant and had a child with her named Ishmael. And the Lord actually told Abraham said, can you bless this child? The Lord said, I'll bless him, but this is not the child of the covenant. You and your wife, Sarah, are going to have a child, and that's the child of the covenant. Esau, after hearing his parents talking, he goes and marries one of Ishmael's daughters, not in the covenant line. So this blessed child could never have been Esau anyway. He's married Hittite cursed women, and he's married into the non-covenant line. This is just a bad decision maker. But the Lord had told him very early on that this is the way it would go. And you know what? Throughout the generations, this keeps happening. The humans keep trying to put the wrong child first. Abraham did it. Isaac did it. That was the big realization. Although the Bible does not say it, it is clear that the Lord or an angel of the Lord has visited Isaac, the dad, and given him a list of things to do prior to him going in and blessing the covenant child that's to be blessed. And this list of things to do is a strange one, but there's a reason for it. This strange list, including you have to have the blessed, there will be one child blessed, and the other one not so much, and he will serve the blessed child. But before you bless him, he has to go get you food, and you have to eat it. Strange requirement before you can give the blessing. But no, it's not. The Lord knew that Isaac would attempt to bless his favorite, which was the wrong child, not the covenant child. So there you have it. That's all in the stories. Spend time with the Lord. Everything is just stuff. Nothing in this life matters other than your relationship with the Lord. And what are you going to do with your stuff when you die? Nothing. You're going to find out what happens to stuff when you die and you're standing in front of the Lord on Judgment Day. So why not just go ahead and put some time and effort in it? Because you know what? All the troubles, all the problems that you have, those things will go away. Those problems. You will have such peace, it won't matter, because they don't matter anyway. So spend a little time with the Lord. When I say spend time with the Lord, I mean read the Word. You need the living Word. It is food for your soul. The Lord tells us in the Bible that the Word is the food that you need for your soul. You cannot, and he says, man cannot live on bread alone. Meaning your soul will wither away and die without the Word. So you need that. Start with 5 minutes, increase to 10, maybe 15. You'll start getting to where you want to do it. I know it's hard to get into, It's hard because you are so focused on this world and this life right now that it is hard to, oh, I don't have time. I'm always in a hurry. Why? Why are you always in a hurry? It doesn't matter. Whatever you're in a hurry for does not matter. In the grand scheme of things, I don't care if we're talking about your job. It doesn't matter when compared to the Lord. Your afterlife, your soul, your eternity. So there you have it. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. He loves you.